Let's go. All right. Hey, I'm going to talk about building in public. This is going to be a good episode. I'm talking about my friend Alan again for the third episode in a row, but this one is worth it because I had an idea. I was going for this crazy long bike ride here in Europe. It was a 100-minute bike ride. I mean, for some people, it's not that long. For me, because I'm always working, it was just a great break from the work. And as I was biking, I was thinking about automating build in public updates, which is something that I've done in the past, which is something that I will do again, which is something that anybody with a business that generates updates can do. And most businesses generate updates. Anybody can do this. And if you are working on your business and you are thinking about it all the time, on your brand, on your business, you're thinking about it all the time, there are some easy things that you can be doing to automate, and people love build in public. I love build in public. Okay, the build in public movement, if you don't know, it is sharing updates, what you are working on, new customers, how much monthly recurring revenue you have, your ARR, your revenue, the amount of customers that you have every time you get a new customer, any update basically that you can share. If you make an update to an app, to a piece of software, if you make an update to a course, whatever it is, that's what build in public is. You're just constantly talking about the progress that you are making on whatever it is that you are doing. And by doing that, by talking about that, it inspires other people to be productive. People want to see other people being productive because that inspires them to be productive. And so the build in public move is everybody sharing the ways in which they are productive, not just saying, I'm so productive. They're sharing the ways in which they are productive. That inspires other people to also be productive. So an example would be, I was talking to Alan on the phone. He has an AI language learning app, and he's changing the base language in his app from English because he wants English to be a language in the app that people can learn. So he has to change the base language because it's going to open up so much more revenue potential. And there's a lot of work that he has to do. He has to change so much within the app in order to make this possible. But doing it, it's going to open up, like I said, way more revenue potentially because everybody wants to learn English. And as he was telling me about this, I got inspired. I'm like, oh my gosh, making big moves. That's amazing. And I love that. And I want to make big moves too. So when I hear that, it inspires me. And so that's what Build in Public is. Build in Public is people who want to see other people win. Lots of people on the internet want to see people fail. But Build in Public, it's a great community of people who want to see other people win because they get inspired by watching these people win. And the thing about Build in Public is you can actually automate a lot of the announcements in it. So I'm going to give examples of how I told Alan he should be automating Build in Public updates because right now he's not doing any Build in Public updates. And as I will share, there are advantages to doing this. Alan right now, I think he has $100 MRR. He just launched. He has a couple of paying customers and it's increasing. It's increasing daily. This is something really easy. I've done this in the past. I will do this again when I launch my program, my SEO program, which I'm working on every day. I will do this. Alan should link Stripe to Twitter. Twitter is pretty much the home for Build in Public updates. I do it a bit on TikTok and on Instagram, but it's way easier on Twitter. It's also more competitive on Twitter, but it's easier because you can just put hashtag Build in Public on something. It can be a short update and that will be enough to get people going. Whereas to make a Build in Public update work for TikTok or Instagram, you really have to think of a good hook. You have to have good music. There's a lot more that you have to do. So on Twitter, you just share whatever it is with hashtag Build in Public. So what Alan should be doing is he should connect Stripe so that whenever he gets a new customer, a tweet goes out, and Alan would do this with his personal Twitter. He doesn't even have a personal Twitter. He would create a personal Twitter, personal X, and not do this with the company Twitter because the company might be sold. He's going to do this to develop his brand. And I'll share that in a moment. And whenever he gets a new customer, a tweet goes out sharing, hey, we got a new customer. Total amount of customers is this. Total MRR is this. Total revenue made to this point is this. And this is really good when you are full in on something. Alan is full in on his app. It's called Loon, loonlearning.com. If you're not full in on something, your churn might be high. I've talked about this before. If you are not going hard, especially at the beginning, your churn is going to be high. You're going to have issues with whatever it is that you have been making. And in order to reduce your churn, in order to retain customers, you need to be fixing the issues that they have as fast as possible because it is an inevitability that when something is launched, there will be lots of issues. And so this is perfect for Alan. So like I said, whenever he gets a new customer, Stripe connects to Twitter and there is an announcement, new customer, total MRR, total customers, total revenue to this point. And he should limit that to one a day because there will be a point when he's getting many new customers every single day. If you don't limit it to one a day, it just gets to be too much. But day over day, people see the revenue increasing, people see MRR increasing, people see customer numbers increasing, and that gets them feeling motivated, seeing the progress of somebody else. Something else. This is another thing that's really simple. Whenever Alan pushes an update, and he pushes about 8 updates a day now, he automates it. So the description that he puts into GitHub also goes to Twitter with, like I said before, #BuildInPublic. It goes on everything. And so people are going to see a combination of this guy getting new customers. Oh, he could also put his total user number because he has non-paying users as well. So people are going to see every day this guy getting new customers, new users, revenue going up, and updates going out. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to inspire other people, and then other people are going to follow Alan. The #BuildInPublic at the end of each tweet is for discoverability. And the Build in Public movement, it was really pioneered by this guy, Pieter Levels. It started when he did 12 startups in 12 months, and that went viral. And he was just sharing all these updates about his startups, all the things that he was building. And people felt so motivated by that. Elon Musk does Build in Public. He shares all the wins that they have, all the progress that they're making. And the Build in Public community, like I said, is huge. It's enthusiastic. Everyone who puts Build in Public in their description, they get followed. Something that Pieter Levels used to do, which I totally loved, and he said he stopped this because he got really wealthy. I think his revenue was like 5+ M a year, maybe more now, probably more, probably a lot more. But he said he stopped this because it was affecting his personal safety. But he used to do /open at the end of each of his startups. And by doing /open, you could see how much money each startup was making. And you could see the entire breakdown of the revenue, of the costs. I thought that was so cool. I loved looking at it. That's something that actually I want to do with the program that I'm making and that I am releasing soon. I really want to do that. I want to share those numbers with people, and I want people to feel inspired by just seeing me push it every day. Even if I'm not winning every day, just going at it every day and then gradually having wins, and those wins compound. And I want people to see that. I think it personally inspires me, and I think it inspires some other people. Even people just seeing me put out my videos day after day after day and doing this podcast day after day. He's so consistent. He's improving. Very slowly he's improving. But people see that and they get motivated. That's part of the reason why I do it. So another reason, here's an example. Here's a very real example of why something like this is beneficial. So there's this tool. It's called Senja. I've talked about Senja before. It's a platform for testimonials, for embedding testimonials on your site, sharing testimonials. The founder is this guy, Wilson at EUBOID on Twitter. And he's Nigerian. And he is also a heavy Build in Public person. He shares Build in Public updates often. And he got big by sharing Build in Public updates often and sharing revenue numbers often. And Senja got customers from that. Oh, another benefit of this is you get customers. So this is what happened to him. Because he's Nigerian, I'll just read what he said. He said, we can no longer trust Paddle, so we're moving to Stripe. Stripe? No. I'm so tired, man. Thread. 1 out of 6 tweets. And then he shares a message he gets from Stripe. Hi, we're writing to you because after conducting a routine review of your business, Senja, we found that it presents a high level of risk. As a precautionary measure, we will no longer accept payments for Senja. We're sorry that we can't be of any more help. That's it. He just gets that from Stripe. He said, no idea. Man, I was furious when I read this. I felt so bad hearing this. And so he said, no idea why we've been given the boot. Even appealed with 6 months of statements from our bank and Paddle. No dice at Stripe support. One of the only possible reasons I can think of is that I'm Nigerian registering with a UK business account. If that's the case, I'm extremely sad. Since starting this business, we've had back-to-back admin problems because I'm Nigerian. It's the number one reason why at Hello It's Solly and I haven't met after growing to doing business for 2+ years and growing to $30,000 monthly recurring revenue. Getting a visa is extremely difficult. It takes months of careful planning to get a visa for literally any other country, even other ones in Africa. So traveling for conferences to learn or meeting up with people just doesn't happen for me. Need to register for a business bank account? Sorry. A few we've applied to have rejected us because I'm Nigerian. And the banks that do support us don't even list on the Nigerian App Store. I'm honestly so tired of it all. So tired of being on the high risk list for literally everything, even shopping. So tired of wanting to put things into the world but not being able to because of where I was born. I want out and I've never wanted it more. Man. So his first tweet of this, where he shares Stripe and tags Stripe, it got 1.2 million views. And it might have gone viral if he didn't have a lot of followers already. Currently, he has 22,000 followers and he gets a lot of engagements on his tweets. But I think it's unlikely that he would have gone viral if he didn't have all these followers and a history of pushing quality tweets and sharing Build in Public updates. I don't think it would have gone. It might have, but I don't think it would have. But so it goes viral. And here's what happens. Stripe sends him a message. They say, "Hi, we're writing to you regarding your Stripe account for Senja. It looks like we closed your account in error. We just re-enabled it so you can now resume using it as normal. We're very sorry for any disruption this may have caused for your business. If you have any questions, you can contact us at any time from our support site, the Stripe team." So Stripe is back, and now he's getting so many offers to fix all the problems that he listed in his tweet thread because that went viral. Would this have gone viral if he hadn't been building in public for years, sharing these updates for years? And I'm going to make the argument that it wouldn't have, actually. I'm going to make the argument that it wouldn't have. But a lot of people know who he is because he does those updates. So there's lots of advantages with doing Build in Public. Peter Levels gets tons of offers every day, crazy offers. And the whole point of this episode is you can automate a bulk of the Build in Public updates. And that's what I was telling Alan to do. And anyone can do that. I've done it before and I'll be doing it again. And that is it. This is episode 321 of The Edward Show. This is my daily growth hack and growth marketing podcast. I got to go. I'm going to call Ray Dalio's office. Can't say why, but it's very exciting. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I do this thing every day. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.